Hey guys, we got Persephone in what I believe to be his World Cup debut. German player, he's the oras player, so likely has the help of Crash and Boom Bang and who was extra oras, but then he bowed out of playing, so he's on the bench now. And Persephone happens to find himself in the oras slot with X-Ray and SM. And Nintendi, on the other hand, is a long-time oras player. One of the mainstays of the tier. He's had varied results, some very, very good, some just average, but he's definitely a highly regarded player overall. Anyway, looks like Nintendi is wielding some interesting offbeat stall team with Suicune, Excadrill, Cofagrigus, Chansey, Zapdos, and Altaria, which should be the Mega Evolution on the team. On the other hand, we have Persephone using a bit more of a balanced team, which perhaps you could expect from someone that's a bit newer in the tournament, not more comfort zone stuff, which is fine. It has Tyranitar, Excadrill, a timeless core, one might say, Jellicent, which has been a good addition to the metagame over the last year or two. It had a bit more traction a year or so back, but it's definitely still okay now. It's a nice Keldeo check, and it can wall things such as this Suicune. On top of that, we have a Landorus, a Volcarona, and a Ferrothorn. Looking at the matchup, Excadrill could potentially be quite threatening for the Persephone side if it's not Heat Wave on the Zapdos. They all run pressure this generation, so static isn't going to really come to play. If it's a Heat Wave, it should be able to wall it since Rock Slide is not used, and it has to be the spinner on this team as well. So yeah, there's no way it's Rock Slide, of course. So it's walled by the Zapdos. However, the Zapdos, if it's walled by the Excadrill, could then basically let it, especially if it's leftovers, which most of them are nowadays, get up to +6, and then eventually fire off strong Iron Heads, or at least +4. +4 Iron Head maybe I will be able to a KO, honestly. Depending on the defensive Vs. +2 probably does like 35, 40. But yeah, no. So looking at Excadrill be a threat for the Persephone on the Nintendo side, you'll notice that how do I put this? He has like a kind of weird way of winning games. It's almost definitely going to be some sort of setup Altaria. However, he doesn't have like a trapper to remove steel types, such as the Ferrothorn. And also, it probably is. Wait, why would you go Ferro here? That seems greedy. Because he's always middle off versus Ferrothorn. And that's a 9. I don't agree with this at all. Alright, he's going to power up to break the sub. That's fine. But now what? Oh, now he's still taunted. Okay, you know what? No, that made sense. He didn't want to just sit there and waste all his Jellicent's PP. Okay. So no burn, that's good. I think that Nintendo probably just goes Zapdos here. Personally, I go Jellicent here. Actually, no, personally, I whip her up here. A power play from Persephone. Persephone? I don't know how to say the name, honestly. Would be to simply go to Tyranitar expecting the Zapdos. But I don't know, it would be ballsy because there's a chance that Nintendo just says fuck it and decides to Scald against Fish, which would not be the worst play, but I don't agree with it because flip into a KO. He does go to Zapdos here on a Leech Seed. That's a nice play there. It covers everything. I think that's good. I didn't know it had Leech, but yeah, no. So it's probably Leech Seed, Power Whip, Spikes, and either Knockoff or Thunder Wave on this Ferrothorn. I'm thinking Knockoff's more likely because Thunder Wave isn't really needed when you have a Volk with boost speed, extra boost speed, and probably a Scarf Landorus. Anyway, Tyranitar could be a play here. Scouting the Heat Wave. Excadrill is going to be the play here from the Nintendo side on a Tyranitar, which is a very good play from Nintendo. That's going to threaten this unless it is a Scarf Tyranitar, which it almost most definitely is not, in my opinion, on this team. You really want the Scarf Landorus here because it gives you a better shot against Mega Alakazam, and it also gives you kind of more definitive speed control, something quicker than, say, Landorus T. Anyway, it's going to be Mega. He's going to Mega Evolve. He's going to fire off an 88% Earthquake, which is huge. That's a really nice play there from Persephone, getting the chip off on this, which means that his own hazards could potentially be pressuring sooner rather than later. I'd imagine here that the play could be to go to the Ferrothorn, as it's never going to get leveraged in the Zapdos, and should be able to take Earthquake with ease, but it also calls the Toxic Scout. And yeah, so he's going to get the Toxic off on the Tyranitar there. I'm not sure if it's definitely, but didn't Earthquake, so at least it's healthy for the time being. And you should be able to set up rocks instantly into Zapdos. It's just now it's on a timer. So now if you're on the Persephone side, I think that the play here would simply be to try and prioritize getting that Clefairy low so that you can rapid spin perhaps, and then also setting up your own rocks. Either or, because you set up your own rocks and you potentially push your Zapdos to defog, especially if you set up spikes, and then the rocks are removed for you and your job is done. And that also preserves the health of your Tyranitar, potentially your Excadrill, as it could be Earthquaking or Iron Heading into the Clefairy, etc. The Clefairy, in fact, comes in here, which I find to be bizarre. Not sure what to think of that. I think you just crunch if you have it. I'm gonna pause for a second. All right, I'm back. So yeah, Persephone's timer is at 20, 15. So this is he's gonna Stone Edge. It's gonna do a crit, but still only do 52, and he's gonna light up the Toxic Spikes, which that hits the Jellicent, the Volcarona, and the Tyranitar, which is pretty big, I'd say. That's odd. I think you just rock here if you have it. Stone Edge again. All right, so maybe this is a Dragon Dance variant, and it's rocks on the Excadrill, or potentially even the Ferrothorn. Although I'm surprised I wouldn't have went for it before then. Honestly. He goes Drill here on what I think could be a Wisp. And yeah, it's going to be on a Wisp, so I don't know what to make of that. He's now never going to be able to, well, spin. Yeah, no, I don't know. Toxic here, that's a nice play. Hex is going to do 49, wow. So an interesting set here from Nintendo. I imagine if he has Stealth Rocks, he just sets it, but I don't think he does. And the Toxic Spikes, the second layer is up now. So Jellicent's longevity is definitely... Wow, the Coon looks fantastic now. This is a really interesting team from Nintendo, I'd say. Anyway, we're going to see another Stone Edge here. It's going to do a mere 33% this weekend, however. Likely revealing that he may have some defense investment, meaning that it's not max speed, which I know some Vincoon runs, but I know you don't really need the max speed per se. Let's wait and see. Anyway, Persephone's timer is down to 20 seconds once more. Nintendo, however, is up at 240. I'm down to 15 now. Definitely the pressure's on. Scald should not kill here, but I mean, do you really gain much in staying in? He's going to go to Ferrothorn. If this gets Scald Burn, the game ends. And it gets Scald Burn, so the game ends. Yeah, no, it's over now. Who should win the game here? German Oras is looking like it's going to start off 0-1, unfortunately. Persephone's timer is down to 10. They're looking really bleak here. Promising start, admittedly, but didn't really. It kind of fell apart with time. Nintendo must be one thinking here. Otherwise, his opponent would have timed out. I think you'll probably just click whatever hazard you have. Okay, so it did have rocks that whole time. Interesting. So yeah, now at least they're up to probably stay. Interesting Altaria. It most likely doesn't mind anything the Ferrothorn has to throw it besides Leech Seed, but yeah, no, he goes to the Heal Bell, recovers the poison on Clefairy. Okay, that's fine. Now what, though? Dragon Dance on the Poison Card, and that does 43, which means it's like a fucking bold-ass Altaria. He's gonna go Landorus here on what I imagine would be a Roost. Yeah, okay, but the issue is, what can Landorus really do to this? U-turn, sure, now what? Are you gonna go to Drill or Volk or... Yeah, this is over. DD Heal Bell wins. And on top of that, Kuhn wins now too in the long haul. It's gonna crit that insult injury, but it didn't matter. Really cool team here from Nintendo, and that's gonna come out on top. So that's a good game. It's gonna be a win for Brazilians. This probably is gonna be able to live a hit if it's defensive, but no, that shit died. So it's probably offensive then. Yeah, no, so doesn't matter. And this Earthquake is gonna do well under half. Probably like 35-40, given the damage from Tar's Ice Punch. He's gonna go Pharaoh here. Yeah, I don't understand why I didn't go for a Leech Seed before, because Leech into Lender. But at that point, it was a really futile maneuver regardless of that. Okay, we're just waiting for the final moves here. Looking bleak, as I said. Persephone's gonna drop a good game in the chat. He hid the room. Not really sure what to make of that. This is only gonna be 24 plus 2, which is kind of funny. Leech will connect here, sure, but I mean, what does that do in the long haul? Letter 657. Now it's dying actually, but I mean the queen wins anyway. So yeah, it doesn't matter. And he forfeits and it's a 5-0. Good game. Congratulations, Nintendo, on a good first win. Really interesting team there.